Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and welcome to Digital Champions, where we speak to the most innovative thinkers in the digital space around the world. Joining us today from the Big Apple is Evangeline Sarney with Create and Makeup. Evangeline, thank you so much for joining us today on Digital Champions.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
So tell us about Create and Makeup. What do you do there?
So Create and Makeup is a content creation and content production agency that mainly focuses in the beauty space, also leading into fashion, wellness, and lifestyle a little bit. I've been in beauty for 10 to 12 years now, so I really love creating content and really helping brands to master their content. So we're looking at SEO, copywriting, and visual content production.
And who doesn't love to talk about the latest and greatest in makeup, something that makes us look good and feel good? So I have to ask, we always ask our interviewers, what's the biggest pain point you solve for your clients? But oh my God, doesn't beauty just sell itself?
I mean, some people think that, but beauty is such a competitive space now. There's brands popping up left, right, and center. So I think really helping brands to make sure that they have that visibility to different customer audiences and really to help acquire them. So, social media is great, but there's so many algorithms there that can be difficult. So what I really love to do with my clients is focus on search, search and SEO. So that's across Google, but it's also now being integrated across so many social media platforms like TikTok and Pinterest too.
And search is so interesting because search is what the customer is typing in to look for that product. So they're really typing in something that they have a problem that they need to solve. I have to ask you, what are the most interesting search questions that you get? How to look 20 years younger?
That's definitely one that comes up. But I think really what I see the most is that customers just want advice that is genuine and authentic and isn't necessarily just a sales pitch. So a lot of the time they're looking for innovative ways to use products. And that's why, SEO can actually turn into the way that a brand can position their product and name a product. People might be looking for something that's a primer foundation hybrid or something along those lines. So search can even go next level and help a brand to actually position their product and then show up in Google search so that people are finding something cool and exciting.
Yeah, to your point, I noticed in kind of the Instagram reels, there was all these blending people, all these blending experts. And now I go in the store and I see blending kits, which clearly must be a result of the popularity of the way these people are applying the makeup. And now makeup is listening and following with these kits because I'm pulling all the makeup out of my drawer and going, okay, I think I can use this. I think I can use that. So let me ask you, as this marketer, what is your biggest pain point in trying to make sure that the customers, your customers, which are the beauty products, are getting that visibility and rising above all of their competitors and really all of that beauty noise?
Yeah, so really making sure that content is optimized for SEO and also understanding your channels. Something that works on your e-commerce store might not work on your social media. Social media, we need to get really innovative with that content and making sure that we're speaking to a customer and showing them something cool and innovative. But then e-commerce is more about, okay, how can we make sure that a product is visible and sellable through Google Ads or through paid search or even through organic search? So really making sure that we're managing to position the brand in a way that it is searchable is really the key point, making sure that if somebody is searching for a foundation, this brand is showing up for a foundation related search term is really what I love to help my brands with.
And let me ask you this. You mentioned TikTok, and who knew? I mean, TikTok wasn't even, in our minds, however many short time ago. So what are you have your eye on in the next couple of years in terms of, one thing consistent about digital marketing is it is ever changing. So give us some insight as to what you've got your eye on.
I think really just going back to search and really helping brands to understand the importance of search on TikTok. So I actually read a stat recently that 40% of Gen Zers are now using TikTok and Instagram as search engines. So that's entirely moving away from Google. So looking at things like TikTok has a lot of inbuilt tools like native text. And if we're not using native text, we're actually not showing up on search if we're getting a little too creative. So really scaling back and understanding, how we can work with these platforms to really make sure the content is visible, across the board.
Well, that is a great tip, but now I'm going to ask you, what's your great overall tip, best tip that you would give brands who are trying to get noticed above the noise of their competitors?
I think having strong content, having diverse content is really, really important. And just being innovative, thinking of something that is different, something that you're not going to be swimming in the market against, millions of different products. Like, for example, the other day I came across a product that was, a priming hand mist. that's not something that 20,000 brands have. So being a leader and an innovator and doing something that isn't like everything else is really how you're going to get seen and noticed, by having something innovative, something that's going to trend across social media platforms. You know, every brand has a foundation, every brand has a concealer. You have to think, what are you actually doing different? And that's going to help to start to, you know, maximize all of your visibility across every platform. And that's retailers, e-commerce, social media, digital media, and press too. People want to find something that's different and exciting.
Yeah, you've got to answer that quintessential question, why do I care? Why do they care?
Exactly.
What makes you special that is going to make people care? Well, Evangeline, thank you so much for joining us today. We so enjoyed talking to you about beauty products. So fun today. Thanks so much for your insight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is our pleasure. And if you'd like to learn more about what Evangeline is doing over there at Create and Makeup, and I know you do, all you fashionista and beautynistas out there, you can start by checking her out on dailyadbrief.com. Well, I'm your host, Charlene Shirk. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Digital Champions, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.